And welcome to CNN Business Traveller. I'm Richard Quest, this month reporting from Bahrain. How many times have we seen these doors open and wondered about the men and women who ensure our comfort and safety on board our flights? The issues of how cabin crew work is very much on the agenda at the moment, as British Airways has been in dispute with its crew over pay and conditions. Well, this month we're going to look at the changing face and role of the flight attendant. Coming up, in flight fashion, United's bringing couture to the cabins, a layover with Lufthansa in Moscow, and who's got what it takes to be a flight attendant. The Gulf Air Training Academy. I'm going to be spending a lot of time here learning how to become a flight attendant. And to make it a bit more interesting, I'm going to be pitting myself against another apprentice.
Oh no, not so fast. They've already got a head start. You need to compete against someone that has no experience.
What are you doing here?
For the Business Traveller Challenge.
This is going to be the pilot's revenge.
Oh yes, and this time I'm going to win.
Oh, we'll see about that. Nidal is here to make sure.
Hi, nice meeting you all. Nice meeting you, Aisha.
The best one wins.
Let's begin our training and let's give you the uniform now. All right, Aisha and Richard, that's your uniform, and let's start our challenge today.
Of course.
That's your book, Richard, and that's your book, Aisha. Let's start our training today and see who's going to win at the end.
That is not in doubt.
We'll see who's going to do it today.
Me.
Round one, safety. The safety demonstration is the first thing all trainees learn.
Like this? That's it.
Some last-minute tips before the test.
All the emergency exits are clearly marked, and the cabin crew will now indicate these exits to you.
I've seen this done 1,000 times, but it's harder than it actually looks. Cabin crew on all airlines perform this many times a year. Gulf Air has 1,400 cabin crew, and under the rules, they must retrain to become recurrent every year.
And pull the strap to tighten. Pass your arms through the straps and place the life jacket over your head.
Tray table, thank you, ma'am. Oh, I beg your pardon, ma'am. Could you please pull this on?
Very good. Well done, everybody.
All right.
Very good job for the first time. That's excellent.
Next up, the evacuation procedure. What to do in an emergency.
Now, Aisha, just show me how do you brace now. Very good. Richard, can you perform for me and interlock your hand, yeah? Now I'm going to open my seat belt in emergency. You can practice, leave your seat very fast. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Very good. Yeah, and the seat folds. She's fast, man.
This is where we have to be calm and take control.
And suddenly the aircraft goes bang, bang, bang. Oh my God, what is happening?
Head down, hold your ankles, keep down till we stop. Head down.
Oh my God, I don't want to die.
Get back. Go back. Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. We now know what to do in extreme cases if something goes wrong with the plane. But what about if something goes wrong with a passenger? A bit of first aid.
Who remembers the song by the Bee Gees, Staying Alive? Staying alive, staying alive. Okay, that's the beat I want you to count to. So we'll clap to Staying Alive 30 times, and then we'll do the chest compressions. How's that? Ready to go? Fingers off the ribs, long axis of your hand on the middle of the chest, on the sternum, and we're off. Go. 1 and 2 and 3. Staying alive. 7 and 2 and 3 and 7.
Flight attendants are trained to deal with all sorts of onboard emergencies, especially when passengers are seriously ill. It's a little known fact that the first flight attendant was actually a trained nurse. The airline believed in those early days that passengers would feel much more secure if they knew the staff were medically trained. he explains.
Richard, her name was Ellen Church, and it was 1935. Aviator, medical aid, the woman who paved the way for cabin crew as we know them today. It would be her profession as a nurse and not her pilot's license that led her to become the world's first flight attendant, changing the onboard experience forever, where passengers were wined and dined and slept in bunk beds.
You have a nice trip? Disappointed? Over too quick?
Airlines quickly realised their cabin crew could be the difference to make them stand out.
The cabin crew are an intrinsic part of the corporate identity. I certainly think from the 50s and 60s, that's where it really started. That's where the jet set was born.
From Braniff babes to Singapore girls, the glamour, the allure of a flight attendant. Pat Pierce knows all too well. She was BA cabin crew for 35 years. Going through the different uniforms at the BA Museum, the paper dresses bring back fond memories.
We only wore them from New York down to the Caribbean, so you put them on and then trudged out onto a snowy tarmac in New York with these little green shoes on down there and this flower in your hair. You felt quite special in those days. It was a lovely time to be flying around VC-10s and 707s, and the aircraft didn't go as far as they go now, so you made more stops. Like, for instance, going to Australia, it was a three-week trip. London, Rome, Beirut, Bombay, Singapore, Sydney. When you're there living in the moment, I don't think you realise quite how special it was.
Cabin crew remain an integral part of the onboard experience, setting the tone for passengers as soon as they hear the words, "Welcome aboard."
So we've learned how to tell the passengers what to do. We've seen what happens when something does go wrong. Now we have to practice leaving the aircraft in a hurry. And I mean in a hurry. We should be able to empty the plane of 293 passengers in 90 seconds.
Come this way, jump on a slide, jump on a slide, jump on a slide.
In a real situation, anyone who hesitates, don't ask, they get pushed.
Okay, guys, we're going to meet you in the pool within 5 minutes.
Now for the part that flight attendants only retrain every 3 years. The wet drill.
Hands and balance the rock, balance the rock.
If the plane ditches on water, we need to be able to shield passengers from the rain. Save and drag them to safety. Day or night.
Just to put your hand on the life jacket, push it down and just relax.
It's the moment of truth.
On the jump and slide, Aisha did for me 7 out of 10. Richard, on the very first one, he did very poor. But on the evacuation, your command was very good. Your command was excellent on the real aircraft. Your command was acceptable. So you need to have a better command next time when you do it. I would say, to be fair, 8 both of you. Well done, a very good job. Good job.
We are both even Stevens at the moment.
We are.
Now it all hinges on the dinner service.